Hi guys, this is Ranjit, and in this video let's have a look at this Moto Edge 30 smartphone. And I feel that this is a very important premium mid-range smartphone, and in fact Motorola claims that this is the world's thinnest smartphone. So we are going to have a look at it, and also does not weigh that much. And of course it's a 5G smartphone. It has Ready for, and some of the specs on them are actually really good, almost sort of like a flagship. But this comes with actually the new Snapdragon 778 plus 5G processor, if you recall. And this is the first smartphone in India that is coming with Snapdragon 778 plus SoC. This is just an iteration of the Snapdragon 778. This is clocked a little bit higher, and we still do get a case like this. Yes, the phone is indeed pretty thin actually. This is just supposed to be 6.7 mm, and it feels very, very light. This is just 155 grams. So very sleek device, have to say that. And has a triple camera setup, Motorola branding. This is supposed to have Gorilla Glass at the front. The back also actually looks like glass, guys. But this is not glass, this is acrylic that they have. But nevertheless, looks very sleek. We'll come back to this later. Let's see what else do we get. So here some paperwork and your SIM ejector tool and all these things will be there. Some basic guide, and your SIM ejector tool is here. What else? We should have a fast charger also in the box, and a Type-C to Type-A cable, guys. So we are getting a 33-watt fast charger in the box, which is Type A. So that's what we get. So let me keep this box to the side, and let's look at the handset itself. And I have to say again, it's very, very light at just 155 grams. And top, we do have a secondary noise cancellation microphone, and here volume rockers and power on off button. This is supposed to have stereo speakers, yes, finally, and it also is supposed to have Dolby Atmos. So we look at it. Your Type-C port for charging, and this will be your SIM tray. I believe this comes with 128 gigabytes of storage, but RAM will be two variants, 6 and 8 gigabytes of RAM. And we do have a rubber gasket. This is supposed to be IP52. So dual SIM, no micro SD card slot on the same. So, and here actually nothing. So feels very, very sleek, guys. Back we have the main camera is a 50 megapixel, and this one has optical image stabilization. The next camera is also 50 megapixel, but this does the job of two cameras. That's ultra wide and a macro. And then we have that obligatory 2 megapixel camera. Front is supposed to be 32 megapixel. And again, it feels very, very light. And this is supposed to have a POLED screen with 144 hertz refresh rate. Also DC dimming, HDR10. So supposed to be a very good quality screen, and looks like it will have in-display fingerprint scanner. So let this just boot up, and I'll set it up, and then we will continue.
Hello, Moto.
So guys, I've set up the phone, and in fact this I'm shooting after 2 days. So I've used this phone for about 2 days. So let me actually give you my initial impressions. Also, what do I feel about this? And there are some things that I noticed. I also took some camera samples in varying light conditions. So I'll also show you the camera samples later on. And again, first thing is, again, it's a super light phone. And the big deal is I like the display. That's the POLED display that is being used on this one. And again, I like the fact that it's not super big phone. It's having a 6.55 inch screen, so not super big like a 6.7 or a 6.8. So feels very comfortable to hold in the hand. And again, if you notice, it's a POLED screen, and it's a very good quality screen that they're using. This is actually a 10-bit screen, and also has DC dimming. So even at night when I was using it, it can go very dull in lighting, and it doesn't fatigue your eyes or something. So in terms of screen quality, they have used a very good quality screen. Also, another thing is that, and this is new for Motorola, this is having the in-display fingerprint scanner, as you can see. And it works very well, as you can see. And it also has that Moto display and all these things on this one. And this is the in-display fingerprint scanner. It's a little bit low here, but it works very well. And again, almost stock Android experience. Left, you have the Google Pay and all these things. And again, even the icons and toggles are like very close to the stock pixel UI that you get on this one. So and also this one has NFC, and again it has all the features that you want. I like the fact that this also has Dolby Atmos, and I like the speakers on this one. It has the stereo speakers, but they're actually pretty loud. I thought because it's so light and something they might compromise on speakers, but that's not the case. Let's search for copyright free music, and let's just use this to give you an idea. I'm going to increase it. Let me just go further a little bit. Let me increase it. As you can see, it gets very loud. And if I block here, coming from here, I would say 60% of the sound comes from this, 40% this, but still you get a very immersive experience. In fact, the stereo speakers are a lot louder than what I have expected. Another small thing I noticed is that the haptic feedback is also done well on this smartphone. And again, it's a very light phone. The back, again, I didn't use it with the case, guys, and if you notice closely, it attracts a little bit of fingerprints, but not that bad, I would say. And let me do one thing. I've just moved this here, widgets and all those things here. Okay, so completely stock. One thing I did not like on this phone is that by default this Daily Hunt and Josh was pre-installed, so I do not like this one. They shouldn't have done it. Apart from that, no bloatware, but these two were there. I did not uninstall it. Let's see, we can uninstall it or what. If we go to app info, yes, you can uninstall it, but these two bloatwares were pre-installed on this device. That's what I have noticed. Again, good thing is that the screen is 144 Hertz. So again, very smooth. It's default on auto. If you go to display, if I go to display options, and if you go to display refresh rate, by default it will be auto, but I'm forcing it and using it at 144 Hertz because I just wanted to use it at the maximum and see how it performs. And again, very smooth. And I like the processor also. This new Snapdragon 778 Plus is able to handle it even at 144 Hertz. So no issues regarding that. So again, everything is smooth. And if you notice, apps also load very quickly and it feels a little bit smooth. And I think so this is due to the fact that many of the smartphones in this price range are using the old LPDDR4 RAM, but this one is actually using the DDR5 RAM, which is a lot more expensive, generally used only in flagships, but they're using this one. So that way I feel the phone is very, very responsive. So in general usage or anything, you will not have a problem. It's a very smooth phone that you are getting. Another thing is again, as I've told you, it's pretty light. Fingerprint scanner is nice, completely stock. So overall, I'm liking the phone, and definitely it is a light phone. Feels very, very light. And because of the slim thinness, one thing is that you don't have the 3.5mm headphone jack. But I've noticed that many of the mid-rangers are omitting that on this one. That's the same case even with this one. But general operations very, very fast. RAM management has been done very well on this one, so no issues regarding that. You also have that RAM boost option, up to 2 gigabytes of RAM extra. You can use it. I'm not using it with that, but you can. Also in terms of software, I'm happy to say that this comes out of the box with Android 12. If I go to about the device, and if you go to software info, as you can see, Android 12 out of the box. And Motorola, I checked with the Motorola India team and they said that Android 13 and 14 this device will be getting in the next 3 years of Android updates. So Motorola is really improving in terms of updates, I would say. So that's actually a nice thing. Next thing is I was a little bit worried because this one is supposed to have a 4020 milliamp hour battery. So I was also a little bit worried how would it be. But again, guys, this is initial impressions, not a full review or something I have to test. This is the first charge on this one, first cycle, and I let it go down all the way up to 2%. And as you can see, at 2%, it worked for last 2 days, over 2 days, that is over 48 hours. So standby time is very good. And screen on time, as you can see, I got 7 hours 4 minutes with this one. So looks like battery life will not be an issue on this phone. And again, apart from that, it's a typical Motorola phone. So you have that Moto gestures, chop, it's twist to open the camera and all those things. So let's now look at the camera on this one. And this is very similar to the Edge 30 Pro, that is their flagship, that camera setup. If I bring some object, this is the regular one. This is the wide angle, and wide angle is also 50 megapixel, and that we have that macro, that 2 megapixel, whatever. And you have all the modes over here, as you can see. So you have all the modes that are given on this one, and you also have the Pro mode on this one. And front facing is supposed to be a 32 megapixel, and as you can see, and here also we have all the modes. I like the fact that in video, even with the front facing camera, by default it will be full HD, but you can switch to 4K, as you can see. So both with the rear and the front facing, you can shoot actually 4K. So let me do one thing. Let me actually show you some of the samples I've taken with this smartphone. Some outdoor samples first. This is a regular shot. This is 2x zoom, and this is the ultra wide, and regular shot, and this is ultra wide. Ultra wide also has ample detail, and outdoor shots actually come out good, as you can see with the sample shot. Now, not an actually good lighting regular shot, and this was ultra wide, and this is taken at night. As you can see, night shots also actually come out good with this smartphone. So here I see an improvement, as you can see. Now with some human subjects at night, regular shot, and this was with that portrait mode. At night it actually boosts the brightness quite a bit. This was how it was looking naturally. Now with the front facing camera, these were taken in the regular mode, and as you can see, the front facing camera is also actually pretty sharp. These were now taken with the portrait bokeh mode. Recording this quick sample video with the front facing camera, and the audio is also being recorded via the microphone. I've just stepped outside very harsh lighting to see how it handles it, and let me just now go back inside with this very dull lighting to see how it handles. So this is a quick sample recorded with the front facing camera of this Moto Edge 30. So guys, this is the Moto Edge 30, and apart from that, this also has IP52 rating, and also that wireless ready for is supported on this one, and also Motorola ThinkShield. So I feel it's a very good package. And regarding the pricing, guys, as I've told you, it'll come in two variants. Both will have 128 gigabytes of storage, but the base one will have 6 gigabytes of RAM, and that MRP for that will be about 28,000, and the 8 gigabyte will be about 30,000. But Motorola team just told me that users can get an instant discount of 2,000 rupees if they use specific cards. I just don't know which cards are that. Once I have that information, I'll add it in the description. So if you use those specific credit cards, you can get the base variant for about 26,000. And I feel for that price, what you are getting is a very good smartphone. The screen quality is really good. It's very thin and light, not bulky at all. The stereo speaker is very good. Also in terms of performance, the performance is very, very good on this one. Thanks to the Snapdragon 778 G Plus processor, it will handle everything. In fact, even for gaming, if you do a lot of gaming, this will handle gaming also. So I feel it's a very practical and a balanced smartphone that you are getting with this one. But what do you guys feel about this Motorola Edge 30? Do let me know in the comment section below. Anyways, guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, guys.